and this tutorial video we'll be working towards creating a coin flip application. To do that we're going to have to load in a module. Now a module is basically a series of code that someone else has written which we can borrow, and to import it we can just write import basically. So what we're going to do is from random we're going to import rand_int, and then if we just push run you can see there's no errors, so it has successfully imported that. And then we're going to have a go at actually using this function. Now rand_int basically is a random number generator, so rand is basically random and int basically means integer, so random number. So if I typed print open bracket and then rand_int, I then need to do two brackets here and you select two numbers. Now basically it will say generate a number between 1 and 2 for example, and then it's going to print that number. So if I did print, you can see that number 1 has appeared here. If I click again and I keep clicking, you'll see that the number randomly changes between 1 and 2. We can increase the top end, so we could do 120 for example, and then you can see that it will randomly generate a number between those numbers. Now as we know, with the idea of a coin, we're going to take the process of knowing that there is one side which is heads and one side is tails. So we're going to use this rand_int to create a variable for us, and we're then going to use that variable to then say whether it's heads or tails. So I'm going to call it coin equals rand_int, and I'm going to say, make sure I've done that right. So we're going to do rand_int, and we're going to do between 1 and 2. So basically it is equal to number 1 or number 2. Now I could print coin like so. So if I then run this and I print coin, it prints 1 or 2. That's not particularly helpful for me because I want it to be saying whether it's heads or tails. So what we can do is if coin is equal to, let's say 1, so let's say it's equal to 1, we're then going to say and the message. So let's say the coin has landed on heads, let's say elif. Well, actually we could just do else here. The reason we can do else is because there's only two conditions. We could write elif like so and do coin equals 2, and we can say print the coin has landed on tails, let's say. So if I run that, you can see the coin has landed on tails. If I keep clicking, you'll see it changes to heads, tails, etc. So it's a very simple way of creating a coin flipping system. It's a nice, very basic way of doing it. And in the next video, we'll have a look at how to improve this and add a slightly more advanced coin flip.